All right, so I wanted to discuss something during this time that you may be more than aware of. I just want to make sure it's highlighted. In this period in which you are on the cusp of receiving what it is that God has for you, it's more important than ever that you continue to move not by your feelings, but by the instruction of the Lord. This is why that's so important, because right now you cannot move by your feelings because the enemy is using that to get you to be deterred from doing what it is that God is desiring you to do. Actually, feelings of not wanting to do something, feeling a lack of motivation to do something, feeling tired, feeling weighed down, having an aversion to doing something that the Lord has instructed you to do is actually an indication that that is exactly what you need to be doing. It's almost like you have to play this opposite day game. Today, I feel like I absolutely don't want to do this. Guess what? I have to do this. I feel like I don't want to engage this individual. I have to engage this individual. Now, I want to talk about the difference between having this feeling of not wanting to versus discernment. So now, there's a difference in I'm not feeling motivated to do something. I don't desire to do something. Something doesn't feel pleasant before I do it, as opposed to I am feeling uneasy about it. I am picking up something that is disturbing to my soul. There's a difference. Here's what the difference is. You see, I'm getting ready to do something that the Lord has told me I need to do, and I find myself just absolutely not wanting to do it. I feel weighed down. I feel like I don't want to be bothered with. I feel like I don't want to engage. I feel like I just don't want to do it. I'm not excited about it anymore. I just. That is different from feeling like I'm in the midst of something, I'm in the presence of something, and I'm feeling uneasy about it. I'm feeling what feels like anxiety, what feels like fear. Like I actually feel something in my being that doesn't just feel like being weighed down or unmotivated. I actually am triggered in such a way in which and I'm in the moment and I don't like it. You see, when it's something that you simply don't want to do and unmotivated to do, you will have trouble starting to do it. You will have trouble engaging it. But once when you get into it, you will love it. You'll be excited. It'll be what you want to do. Or even still, you will find the utility in it that makes it worthwhile. When it's your discernment that is trying to signal you, it is a matter of all throughout I'm engaging this thing or in close proximity to this thing or this person, I'm feeling off. I don't feel good about it. There's a difference. And I want to really stress that because at this time, what sometimes we learn in the world as we navigate, if you don't like it, if it doesn't feel good to you, if you don't want to do it, if you no longer have the love or the passion for it, you just really shouldn't be doing it. That right now is going to work against you because it is the very thing that you don't want to do that is going to be the pathway for your breakthrough. So I want you to think of it like this. If you have a relationship where there's all kind of difficulty, where there's all kind of struggle and strife with, you got to ask yourself, what is that? Bring that before the Lord and say, why don't I want to be around this person? Why am I not motivated? What's going on? It could be that that person is critical to your destiny. It could be that that person is a destiny connection. It could be someone that you are about to enter into ministry. It could be somebody that's going to support you in your walk is going to help you and assist you in some way, shape, or form. And the enemy is trying to create disharmony and discord with you and that individual, because if you and that individual ever got on the same page, the enemy knows it's going to be trouble for them. When two walk together on one accord, there's no telling what it is they will do. Hello, Tower of Babel. Right? So with that, you got to bring that discomfort before the Lord. When you look at even tasking, things to do, you're not going to feel like doing the things that God is telling you to do, that you feel led to do, that you are having this unction to do. Why? Because the enemy doesn't want you to do it. If the Lord has led you to do something and all of a sudden you're doing Bible studies every week and now you just dread doing them. You dread it. Actually, it's almost to the point, and this is a strong word, but I'm going to just keep it real, like you just hate doing them. It feels like such a burden. You're just tired. You're unmotivated. It just doesn't seem appealing anymore. You have to understand that that doesn't give you license to not do it. What that should tell you is that the enemy is at work trying to turn you off to it, because that could be the very vehicle that God is going to use to bless you. There could be somebody that's going to come to that Bible study that is going to provide a resource to you to help you out and what God has for you. There could be somebody that's going to receive a breakthrough through that Bible study. You could be receiving a breakthrough through that Bible study in some shape or form. Maybe God is using that because the very voice has the Lord's anointing, the Lord's power attached to it. So he's like, I need you to keep releasing the voice. There's something in your voice that as you release it, a power unknown to you goes forth. And I need that to be released in this world. So the enemy is doing everything that he can to get you to not want to release the voice. You see, the Lord may want to use whatever it is that you're doing to be able to unveil your spiritual gifting so you can walk in your calling. So many people are looking for what it is that they are to do, and they just simply need to continue in what it is that they're doing so that there could be growth and development and maturation and acceleration, a quantum leap in what it is that they are already doing. So I want to be able to let you know, even in the sense of, physically right now, you may not want to work out. You may not want to get up early and spend time with the Lord. You may not want to do all of these things, right? Why? Because you're feeling heavy, you're feeling tired, you're feeling unmotivated. You just don't want to. You got to understand the enemy's all in that, right? Because you need to be physically ready to be able to take on what it is that God is desiring you to do. So if you're not exercising, if you are not eating right, you're weighed down, you're sluggish, you're tired, you're not going to be at your max potential so you can attend to the work of God. If you don't want to get up early so you can pray, so you can get in the word, you are not going to have that spiritual level set needed so that you can go ahead and do the work of God. So this is what I want to tell you to do today. You cannot rely on your feelings. You got to be disciplined in this hour, almost to the point of being robotic. If ever you feel like not doing something, think opposite day. I have to do this thing. I gotta do it. I don't rely on my feelings, because this could be the very vehicle to destiny. And that's why the enemy is attacking it with the spirit of lethargy, the spirit of heaviness, the spirit of depression, right? Just not wanting to be able to do it, having an aversion, working within your thoughts, planning those thoughts that you don't want to, that you don't like to, that why should you have to, even turning you against God, like this is fruitless. What's the point of doing this? Why do you have, that's all the work of the enemy, because the enemy knows if you lock in on this thing and do it with consistency, committed to it, that this is again going to be what's used to be able to be the vehicle for breakthrough. So write a schedule down. Sit before the Lord. What do you want me to do each day? Be disciplined in it and be robotic. I get up at 4 o'clock without question. I work out without question. I do XYZ without question. I do it robotically, whether I feel like it or not. During this critical season, it is that serious. Don't rely on your feelings because the enemy is all in your feelings. Your discernment take before the Lord. Your feelings, leave that over to God.